A heat pump water heater is the most efficient type of electric water heater available, saving $437 or more in each year of operation, and it carries a 10-year limited warranty. A heat pump water heater uses the heat and humidity from room air to heat water. That means a heat pump water heater can cool and dehumidify a space without the need for a separate dehumidifier, which makes heat pump water heaters ideal for basement installations. Heat pump water heaters also have backup heating elements that operate automatically when the space is too cold for the heat pump to work efficiently. Our new heat pump water heaters are the quietest heat pump water heaters on the market. Before installing a heat pump water heater, read the installation manual. Although heat pump water heaters are easy to install, there are several installation requirements that are different from standard electric water heaters. The main difference is that heat pump water heaters require a larger space than standard electric units, about 700 cubic feet. That can be achieved by a room that's 8.5 by 8.5 with a 10-foot ceiling. A smaller room will work if it's connected to a larger space by louvered doors or vents. Because heat pump water heaters, like air conditioners, remove humidity from the air, they produce condensation that must be drained away. In some cases, that means a condensate pump will be required. And it means the unit must be level for it to drain properly. There are two condensate drain connections, and both must be correctly installed. First, remove the access cover. Insert half-inch ID vinyl tubing for the auxiliary drain. Then replace the cover. Attach a 3/4-inch threaded male adapter for the main drain. It's important that the threaded adapter be hand-tightened only. Don't over-tighten this connection, and don't cement the threaded adapter to the drain pan. When completed, make sure the tubing isn't pinched. Both of the condensate drains should terminate to a floor drain or outside. If a floor drain is not available, use a condensate pump. Locate the short loop of white wire behind the condensate drain cover. Cut this wire and connect it to the float switch on the condensate pump using low-voltage thermostat or similar wire. The control wire will shut off the heat pump if the condensate pump ever fails. But you'll still have hot water because the backup heating elements will switch on automatically if the heat pump is shut off. When completed, check the condensate drain pipes for leaks the first time the unit operates. Previous models require 240-volt power. The new models operate on 240 volts or 240-208 volts. Make the electrical connections, but don't apply power until the installation is complete. The hot and cold water connections are on the side. That's to keep any drips out of the electronics on top. Because the pipe connections contain non-metallic parts, don't sweat pipes while they're connected to the water heater. Instead, solder a short section of pipe to a threaded adapter, and sweat the connection several inches away from the water heater, cooling the pipe with a wet rag. Turn the cold water valve on and check for leaks. Open a hot water faucet to let all of the air out of the tank. Once the hot water runs full stream, let it run for another 3 minutes to make sure the tank is completely full of water. Use the checklist in the installation manual to make sure the unit has been correctly installed. Now you can apply power. Once the heat pump water heater is powered up, it will run through a diagnostic check that takes about 8 minutes. The first time the unit runs, it will use the backup heating elements until the tank temperature reaches 59 degrees. Then the fan will come on. The control settings are preset at the factory, but you can change them if desired. The efficiency mode uses the heat pump anytime the tank temperature is above 59 degrees and the air temperature in the room is above 45 and below 120. If any of those temperature conditions are not met, the backup heating elements will be used. The hybrid mode works a lot like the efficiency mode, but the backup heating elements will be used during periods of high demand. There is very little difference in efficiency between the efficiency mode and the hybrid mode. In the hybrid mode, the heat pump water heater's performance is very similar to a standard electric water heater, so we recommend the hybrid mode as the normal setting. There is also an electric-only mode where the heat pump is shut off and all heating is done by the electric heating elements. This mode is useful in winter if the heat pump is in a basement or occupied space that's getting too cold. The homeowner can switch to the electric mode and shut off the heat pump for a few days while still having hot water. Finally, there's a vacation mode. This mode gives freeze protection while the home is unoccupied. You can set how many days you're going to be away, and you'll have hot water again when you return. Heat pump water heaters require little maintenance, but we recommend checking the air filter monthly and vacuuming it with a brush attachment when necessary.